So basically the point of this video, I'm just kind of making to show a few pictures I had on my phone to kind of give you an idea of some things that go on around the garage here, Borderline 4x4 garage. The Borderline 4x4 name came from a club I used to run. It's my buddy Kevin there. So we do a lot of Jeep part outs. So I got a lot of parts coming and going out of here. I try to move them through quick, so price them appropriately. It's a WJ lift kit, rough country, put on for a guy. I believe it was a 4-inch lift. This next Jeep is my son's XJ Cherokee. Put a little 3-inch lift on it, some 33s, trimmed the fenders a little bit, gave him a roof rack. It's been a good Jeep for him for about 2 years. These are some custom rock sliders I made for a Commander out of 2x4 1/4-inch wall and 2x2 angle iron. My buddy Cal's, good friend of mine, put Dana 44s, 37-inch tires, a 4-inch Mopar lift on. Turned out real nice. Thing behaves real well. Jim Falbo, his Jeep's in my shop a lot. We upgraded the fenders to something a little bit nicer looking. Just another set of Amazon fenders. Little weld project. Sometimes I get little things like this come in. This guy's plow bracket. Chevy. Jeeps are not the only ones that have rust. I like to do a little fab work. This here is Diablo. Came to me with a bad clutch. They had slipping issues. Kind of blew up when it got here, so you can see the clutch material in there. Had about 100,000 miles. We're putting a new clutch on it. Thing was disintegrated, but good to go now. Should be making it to Wellsville with us in a few weeks. This is my wife's Jeep. We like the mobile one around here. Some axles I'm selling. Some more parts going on Jim's Jeep gearbox. He was having a stiff steering wheel. Not sure what's going on there. This is my niece's future husband, Mitch. He's got a real clean TJ he bought. We're doing tube fenders in this picture here. That's me grinding away, cutting off the excess. I've done probably about 6 or 7 sets of those tube fenders. They go on real nice. See the finished product here. Another thing we did is this had super stiff springs on it when he got it. Went to a 3.5-inch metal cloak spring. They behave really nice. We went to the 4 to 6-inch Fox shocks because those metal cloak springs net you a lot more than that amount. Next few pictures are a Dana 44 I sold to a guy, and before selling it to him, we upgraded to the Artec track bracket, and those are just some skid plates I make here in the shop on the lower control arms. I do like doing a lot of welding. That track bracket turned out real nice. This is a Dana 44 with a locker in it. There it is, all painted up. Here's Jim's Jeep back again. This thing eats up idler pulleys for some reason. Even he has 2. This is his second engine. Both of them seem to do that. He's been through, I think, 3 or 4 power steering pumps as well now. He wheels it pretty hard. That's a new power steering pump there. This is a JK. It was bought at Copart. Came to me needing an axle, the guy said, but turned out he needed control arms, shock springs, brake lines, ABS sensors, and had to fix that bracket there. But in the end, it drove away nice. He just drove it from here up to the body shop. Had to fix the fender and another dent on the passenger side. Those control arms were totally tacoed in half. But Jeep still ran nice, only 25,000 miles. It's just some custom electrical. My buddy Kale actually installed that in a Jeep for us. There he is running it. Fishing it through the firewall. That's the S-Pod style. Falcon. Doing gears in my wife's Jeep there. My buddy Brian Racy came over to help out with that. We've never done that before, so that was a good learning experience. Again, that's Kevin getting his bumper off. We put a custom bumper on the back of that Jeep. There it is, getting installed. My wife doing some U-joints. That's Carrie. This is a slip yoke eliminator in that silver TJ again. That skid plate had a 2-inch drop on it, so we were able to eliminate that. Little transmission jack. That's a Novak slip yoke eliminator. Case split in half for doing the work inside. This is a 1951 Willys we bought. Basically, I pulled it out of behind a guy's barn, just to resell it. It was more work than I want to get into. I only have one bay here, so I can't tie up the shop for too long. Again, that part out TJ, and then you'll get to see the frame here. It got all the way down to the frame. Sold that frame off, sold the tub off. Before selling the frame, it did need some patching, so we patched some panels on it. That's frame repairs, a common thing that I do around here. Next up will be my buddy Jerry's Jeep. He's a mechanic, but he doesn't do a lot of fabricating and welding, so he brought that here for me to fix some coil buckets, and he did the Artec relocation brackets for the rear springs to get them so they don't sit on that angle. I think he's got a Dana 44 in the back of that Jeep too. Get those brackets all cut off. Pre-weld them up. And put them in place and weld them in place here. Nice little gussets on the back side. And the one you have to cut for that track bar bracket. There it is, all installed and painted before and after. That's gonna pretty much end this video. I'll just do a few last pictures here. What I've done this past week is basically I made a platform for the back of my Jeep so I can sleep flat back in there. I'm only 5'7", so I can squeeze in there. Got a little overlanding trip in about 3 weeks with a few buddies of mine up in Michigan trails. And after that, we'll just end this video with some cool 4x4 pictures. The last few are from the Autorama up in Detroit a couple weeks back. So enjoy those. And I do have a Facebook page for the Borderline Garage too. If you want to follow some of the work that goes on, that's a good place to do that. As always, please subscribe and follow. And feel free to share any of these videos. I also enjoyed chatting four-wheel drive stuff, so if you want to comment, feel free. Love to hear from you. Bye-bye.